sense to change from the Cthulhu logo to another horse. And we'd have 6 horses, but it's probably not going to happen. Let's go over to Hypoc and Jorasar here for the second game of the day.
Thank you very much, James. We are back off to the races with match 27 here. It's going to be a 12 to 6 o'clock plane path, almost perfectly bisecting Miramar. And the teams not going to be complaining too much about where they're going to be dropping here. Nice and fair. But I'm looking forward to another electric finish. Hypoc, they asked for thoughts. We need to have thoughts now.
Oh, I have so many thoughts.
Excellent.
There isn't enough time on the broadcast to share all of them. Unfortunately,
have the thoughts one on top of the other. You're layering those thoughts.
The biggest thought to echo the desk though is now actually if Liquid can really propel themselves off that, because again, there's a few teams up there in that previous game that haven't put up enough to kind of double down on the performances we saw yesterday, and obviously on the previous days as well. But Entropic again, man, I feel like that's another game that slipped through their fingers. It was one that they were forced to play a little passively with that position down to the south side of Los Leones. I mean, Na'Vi as well. I mentioned earlier on that it was almost like their bread and butter sort of circle. They actually played that way ahead of the curve. They knew that they had to go out and find some of these kill points before the game ultimately concluded itself. But that was one that's just so hard to call in the end game. Even with no way we're going back, man.
Well, you know,
no way. That's 3 Miramar.
Time around, man.
That's 3 Miramar games now with the center of the circle down to the south side of Los Leones.
Oh my goodness. Maybe you want to play against this, and they're going to end up spending a protracted amount of time hunting down a single player when they could be getting information elsewhere. That's Mika now. Maybe focus a little bit too much there, and Nookie finds an angle on him, so ends level the playing field.
Yeah, that's pretty devastating for Thunder, not going to lie. But what's also devastating is this circle shift all the way down to the south side. Still a little bit of water in. FaZe very quick with a reposition here, and actually Vard going to get punished in rotation here. Team Rage was just following here, but they're going to rotate past Entropic and take a ton of damage. Evas finds the first here. James desperately trying to land the drive-by here, but it's Mexi and Clip to find the damage.
They're moving back as well, but bear in mind, Entropic did so much of this damage as well. This is very high risk because Entropic could be on this on a moment's notice. Team Liquid now mopping up, and there we go. That's what I was talking about. James goes down. That's from Lucarux, and Entropic here. They're going to follow up with more damage.
Again, as soon as they see this in the kill feed, this is Entropic looking to pile on the pressure with utility, but no confirmation comes through just yet. Clip going to be able to put down a smoke. I see a little bit of a distraction here in terms of where the placement is. BBL finally looked to take the initiative in this engagement. Instinct way standing
between the teams. They got the knock. They regrouped. They went, okay, we are actually going to aggress onto this now. And Na'Vi had a next compound in mind. BBL, in the meantime, after winning that protracted fight against Hal, I do believe, are now moving up onto Footballers as well. And they do not want to give up this position. Code Marco, with an excellent angle, manages to flick. And together with Fenderloss, they down 3.
Great work, yes. If they can come through and actually close this one out, the push onto long building comes through. And whether or not actually look at the counter swing there from Code Marco to find Nail Cop. Football is just down to 1. It's Gluttony on the outside of this building now. 75 HP, no boost ticking through. Actually, BBL going to have an opportunity to reset and find these first aid kits. And now it's almost impossible for Gluttony to get anything done at all, but a decent amount of damage, but it's all but done there. Smash comes through to close things out. Footballist will be wiped out in 14th place.
Nicely done there by BBL. There are teams that are happy to play passive into the mid to late game.
They do actually come back towards some hard cover here and looking as if they want to take a direct route towards the circle. They didn't like that cross in the open. I guess with Entropic finding a sight line to pressure it.
Page now taking some, I have to say, excellent shots. Have hit 3 so far, including a headshot. And dear, oh dear, Beamy with the headshot Bolty. I feel like that's been a bit of a theme for Heroic. And they're coming into their own right now as BBL get caught out on rotation. Excellent timing there from the Heroic boys.
A decent amount of damage done, and BBL now will have to lick their wounds, try and recover inside the circle now, but again, Heroic with fantastic information of where they've repositioned to. Hiruzen actually lying in wait. You see he's heard exactly where they've pulled up as well. Nookie's just looking to deny. don't want to give away this kill point to anybody at the top of the leaderboard. Decent amount of damage comes through. It's actually Tekka's from afar. That's Sakura all the way up on the northeast side of the circle, Joro, that finds that knock.
Wow. Yeah, that's miles away, actually. Managing to get that. We'll see if a potential res is forthcoming. They haven't got players on top of them just yet. Never mind. They have now, thanks to Entropic. That's QB on Ketpa to eliminate BBL from this game. So BBL, they've got a decent share of kills from this game, to be fair. But they haven't out-survived Entropic as we now move into 10 teams remaining.
You said they were shooing for placement here, but I feel like playing this out as passively as they have. They put themselves now in a very awkward position. Haru's going to hear these steps, actually. Might have to jump on Page here, Joro.
I think he might. Needs Page to peek. Oh my god. Saw a pixel of his head.
Oh, did he spot him?
Page is peeking as well. He had a sense, and that was a beautiful peek over the hedge to go ahead and eliminate Thunder. Delightful stuff there. That is really good game awareness from Page.
And actually just there, Nailup actually gets caught off guard by the spoiler. Last member of ENCE will find one. It's just Evas and QBE now, and they're only in 8th now. I have to take a look at their kill points, but this could leave it open for the Northern Lights. Let's conclude this engagement before the blue comes through. Skade actually looking to cross in the open. Sakura going to be, I mean, caught with their pants down now at the compound. Skade have managed to slip the net.
Yeah, they're struggling just a little bit, and look at all of this. Northern Lights are looking their way as well. Is that Heroic from the other side? I think it is actually Heroic as well. Taking a look at the beautiful nade from Eski. That's 3 different teams shooting at them just now. Skade managed to make it in.
Here comes Northern Lights.
Eliminated.
Northern Lights looking for this now. You can see them drifting north a little bit. Batulins and Spyro looking to apply a little bit of pressure towards Skade. It's going to slow things down in terms of this team fight here with Howl as well. Northern Lights, I gotta say, I've seen a couple of moments here where I feel like they would push through and try and put some kills up, but they've opted not to, Joro.
I've opted not to at the moment. I don't know to what extent all of the teams are aware of which teams are behind them at the moment, but Skade want to eliminate Howl as quickly as possible so that they have access into the circle. They're getting constantly peppered from Heroic on the other side. And as a result, they need to do something quickly. Pixel with the engaging knock onto Tusta. That might be the key. But Heroic still doing damage and slowing this down.
Finally, here come Northern Lights. But
go.
Skade conclude this so quickly now. Northern Lights don't have anything to follow up on. There's no knock. There's no real damage to write home about. So Northern Lights have to basically blank canvas, reapproach this. Batulin, though, finds an opening onto Jempty.
And this could be the opening they needed exactly. Skade finished that fight so quickly that they would be able to reset, so Northern Lights needed to make something happen. Pixel manages to trade onto Batulins. Pixel having an excellent game, by the way. The rest of Northern Lights continuing to push forward. They know how important it is to get this done quick. That's a beautiful nade from Perfectix, and that leaves only Ibby up. They might even get Batulins as well. Skade eliminated at 6.
Oh, the tag comes through from Beamy. Na'Vi now looking to follow in Northern Lights' footsteps, but Spyro, he's going to find the tag onto Aaliyah. One more member, Quizzy, actually tagged up from some damage from Heroic. Northern Lights now in a position, like I said, to put some key kill points up on the board, and Tropic still has 2. They have to ride this one out, Joro.
You know who we haven't spoken about? FAZE in the valley in a compound, literally smack bang in the center, and they're involved in none of this.
Oh, indeed, find themselves 14 points behind Northern Lights. So again, unfortunately, they have to just sit back and watch this in the kill feed. And I mean, now at this point, they're almost pot committed. They have to wait for these placements to come through. Example going to open up though. The knock onto Perfectix could slow things down. Quizzy, an example. What damage can they do?
Batulins walking into a Molotov, slowing them down a little bit more. I think with the circle here, realistically, we're not going to get a revive onto Perfectix. Spyro looking for a knock with this nade. Can't find it, and Quizzy now. That's the second knock on Salou, and suddenly Northern Lights are bleeding. They need to stem the flow. They can't at the moment. That's 3 now.
Man.
Make it 4. Na'Vi just cleaned out Northern Lights.
Literally 2v4'd them.
Lights
Absolute perfection there from Example and Quizzy. So well played. They will be the victors of the east side of this circle, but now comes through. There's a little bit of terrain to cross to get towards FaZe's comped.
Yep.
Again, once they secure this, their back is then clear. They know that they can turn their focus into the circle. Beamy overlooking this. He's got decent angles onto Na'Vi as well. The Molly's perfect.
Oh my
What
God.
is that?
Well, I guess we're pushing faster than we thought, and here comes Gustav. That's 1. Are we going to get 2 as well? Looking for the trade. It's Heroic that actually come up against Gustav. Example stay in the smoke. And this is potentially a big problem for Gustav now. He needs to finish this quickly indeed. Underhand grenades and volleys, but he's missing the mark. Example down. Na'Vi eliminated. Gustav there with both kills.
Great play from him, just to be the insurance policy there on the backside of the compound. Now that FaZe's back is clear, I mean, Heroic forced back to the north now. They're going to turn their focuses towards Entropic. QBE knocked first. 80 actually finds some damage onto T-Bone. This could be really interesting here. I mean, actually, Paige, she finds the response.
Brilliant stuff. Paige there gets AC and QB. They're fighting both teams at once now. They don't even care. Heroic are looking into the smokes. FaZe a little bit defensive. Fantastic molly onto Evas. Is that enough? Will he get the med off? He does not. That's Entropic eliminated. It's still in third place, though. We'll talk about the points in just a bit, though, because it's now Heroic versus FaZe, and Diggory's found Corexi.
Yeah, Heroic up to 8 points now. 8 kills, sorry. Down to 2 players, just Paige and Beamy standing. Can FaZe find some angles here? I mean, Paige has to get something done, but you're almost hoping that Beamy can cause enough of a distraction here. He's spotted crossing in the open. Fex with a tag through. No confirmation just yet. No, wait. They're going to get this res off.
Beamy had the Orm, and he had 4 bullets remaining before this engagement. I don't know how many he's got now, and whether he can use one of those to clutch, but FaZe know exactly where he is. Diggory spots him out earlier. Molly's going to fall short.
I mean, it's almost perfect. Now look at where it lands.
So close. It's getting hot in here, but he's good for now. Diggory moving in. Doesn't spot Paige on the off angle. Manages to get Gustav down. FaZe down to 3. Heroic with still 3 up.
Beamy! He springs the trap!
Here we go.
No, wait, look at that. He finds the knock-on defects now. Diggory desperate to try and find an angle on the side of the smoke here, Joro, but Beamy finds another one.
Yes.
It's just Diggory left.
Diggory had to look in 2 places at once. That was the power of Beamy's position. He's looking at T-Bone. Now he's looking at... Oh, Beamy actually could have sprayed at the same time, and that would have been that. But he comes through it anyway. 8 kills in the chicken dinner for Heroic. A little bit too much for FaZe Clan to do there.
You can see the frustration on Fex's face. I mean, all their faces coming through. It's another one that the end game just slipped through their fingers. They're forced to commit to banking